Now obviously here we are, graduation night. First of all, you made it to the end of the week, so well done, congratulations. How did you find it? How did you find it compared to what you were expecting it to be?
What I was looking for is a bit of direction on where to go. I have goals for myself that haven't changed. They're very aspirational, but what Mr. Peña was able to teach me is how to train my mind to focus my intentions on staying the course and being disciplined, and then of course a business model and where to go. So definitely been given the direction and I'm ready to jump on it.
I felt like Brewster's Minion walking in here just with the t-shirt. I knew nothing. I thought I had some idea of what success meant, what business meant. I was pretty wrong. So I guess the thing that tricked in my mind is when we started to see or experience people for the last 6 or 12 months who are not achieving at this level but at this level, that's always been the biggest hurdle in my mind, is to actually dream that big. So this alignment or this paradigm shift is all about the tools that are being given now. So it's all about putting it into practice, and I'm absolutely confident I can go from there to there in a very short period.
So you feel as if Dan's given you the right tools for the job?
Another person.
So you're looking forward to the year-long mentorship program
then,
yeah?
Can't wait.
And the calls with him every month.
Can't wait. I'll be walking out like Brewster's Billions.
So good man yourself. Yeah. What about yourself? How have you found the week?
You know what? I had watched a few of his videos online beforehand.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew what to expect, but after having come here, I think it's actually better to experience it in person. You get that energy, that vibe. He's a really good storyteller. There are some moments where he really kind of pounds it into you. You know, your default setting, how you were before, how much time we've wasted. So from that sense, I think it was a good experience.
If there's one thing that sort of struck you about the head as to what the one thing that immediately you're going to put into practice when you leave here, what would that be?
I think probably the affirmations. I think the mindset is really key. I think it's like foundational. So probably the affirmations will definitely go in first.
So obviously you've made it to the end of the week. We're at graduation. How have you found the week? What's the most important thing you feel you'll take away?
For me, it's empowering. I really enjoyed it. I had Dan's book 16 years ago. The original book came out first few. I got it early 2000. I followed it many times, but when you get a kick of the backside, you understand what he means.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
You're one of our oldest attendees, if you don't mind me saying so. And obviously a relatively succcessful man.
Yeah,
in your own right. Yeah. So what made you want to come to the seminar?
Well, I want other people to follow me. I've already booked another guy. One of my managing directors, he's coming. Okay. I've got some other guys coming in over the time. So people who need to improve their life, to improve the business. Yeah. With Dan's technology, it'll do the job.
So obviously, I mean, if you got the first book 15, 16 years ago, QLA.
I wish I had done. Yes.
QLA is something.
I would have been a billionaire instead of a billionaire.
Yeah, but QLA is something that you practice then.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, but not right. It's like driving a car from a book. It's not proper driving.
So what would you say to the guys sitting at home watching this on YouTube?
Come here. Don't worry about the cost. It's worth every penny. I've actually got my money back already with what I gave instructions. I'm not telling Dan that.
You'll be pretty surprised. And what were you saying, gentlemen? How have you found your week?
For me, the transformation is, and the reason I came here is I wasn't making proper value out of my time, and my focus has been rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And the key thing about Dan he's a wordsmith. So the words go in, and sometimes you write them down, and over a period of time they resonate, and there's a lot of power in those words. The actual choice of the correct words for a key circumstance.
And obviously, along with coming to the castle, having the week with Dan, you now get a year-long mentorship programme where essentially Dan, essentially kicks your ass every month to ensure that you're still putting the QLA practices and still following them. How do you think you're going to get on with that? Sort of every week reporting into Dan and making
I'm not used to reporting to people. I'm using other people reporting to me, and so it's going to be interesting. I'll take it as it comes. And in a way, 2 or 3 days ago, I was overly impatient and feeling like I needed to start doing that straight away.
What about yourself, sir? How have you found your week at the castle?
I found it very empowering. The experience at the castle is amazing. It's far beyond what I imagined. I came to the castle to see Dan with an idea, and he's really empowered me and helped me with my vision and go to another level, more than I can actually achieve.
And if there's one thing that you're going to take away from this week and put into practice straight away, what would that be?
Accountability and learning about leadership and management.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers. Just we've got Kat and AJ behind you guys. We're just going to do a very short testimonial about your week at the castle, and we're basically just looking to find out how you found the experience. What the sort of main bits that you managed to take away, and how you're going to put QLA into practice in your own lives when you get home. So first of all, we'll ask you how you found spending 7 days with Mr. Peña. I'll show you first, Jason.
The 7 days here have been exhilarating, intense, inspirational, educational. It was one of the most. It's a week I will never ever forget, and definitely a week that I will look back on later in life as one that completely shifted the direction of my life for sure.
And when you go away and you get back home, it's time to start putting QLA into practice. Obviously, part of that is the mentorship programme with Dan, the weekly reporting, his expectations of you, and also your Skype calls and meetings with him as we go through the year. How are you going to feel accountable to someone again?
Sure.
Basically taking ownership of what he has to tell you.
Yeah, well, obviously, so many other people who offer seminars out there and workshops or whatever, one, don't have the success Dan does, not even close. But two, the minute you leave their seminar, you go home and you're all wound up, but it fizzles in a few days and you're right back where you started. But because Dan is so dedicated to helping his students, obviously with the next year, I'm going to be held accountable. I can't go home, be wound up, and then let it fizzle out after a few days. I know if I screw up, it's not just going to be me that's going to be hard on myself, because Dan's going to be 10 times harder on me than I'll ever be. And I think that right there is, there's so many things that separates Dan, but that right there is the one thing, is the reason why so many of his students succeed versus everybody else.
Yourself, young man, you're obviously 17 years old, is that correct?
Yeah, 17.
One of our younger members, certainly youngest in this group. What made you want to come to seminar?
I've always wanted to be successful, and I've seen other 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds come to the castle, and they were making a lot of money, so I just wanted to follow in their footsteps and accomplish as much as I could.
And how have you found your week?
I have to agree with Jason, it's been spectacular. Every second has been amazing, and he holds you accountable, and he really makes you find, your true self and how much potential you really have. So it's been awesome.
So you look forward to the next 3 months as well?
I am. It's going to be awesome.
Huge jumps to go.
Excuse me?
Huge jumps to go.
Oh, huge jumps. Huge jumps. Before I got here, I had much lower goals, but the second day in the morning, it just hit me that I've been setting my goals way too low, and I can accomplish so much more than I ever thought I could. So I'm looking forward to it.
How do you find your week here at Guthrie?
I found it surreal. I thought that after listening to Dan's material material and reading up on him a bit, that I knew what to expect when I came here, you know, and I had known that he was a successful man, but coming here, coming to his castle on an estate with a golf course, listening to his stories, listening to his experience of being in the trenches, doing deals after deals after deals, you can't even begin to fathom how much experience he has. He's just a well of knowledge, and it's been a humbling experience as well for me. I've started several businesses, I've been around the world, I've accomplished a few things, or so I thought before I got here. But now I realize just how much I was leaving on the table, how much, or how much more I could be doing with my life. And it was inspirational in a different kind of way than I expected. It wasn't a rah-rah rally at all. It didn't make me pumped up and excited where, you know, I was feeling like I was on top of the world or anything like that, but rather I was revealed to a world that I never knew existed, that my eyes were opened up for the first time, and I realized just how much was possible beyond the world that I've been operating in. So, quite amazing.
Good. Well, thank you very much, gents. I hope to see you back again one day, back at the castle.
It's been great meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
hospitality.
Thank you. Very best of luck to you all.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Just a short testimonial, if you like, for YouTube. Basically, just looking to find out how you found your week. What are the sort of main things that you're going to take away from spending 7 days with Dan at the castle, and what you would recommend to people basically sitting at home watching this on YouTube.
Just freaking do it.
Just freaking do it. As easy as that.
I find it very exciting. It was a really exciting week. I expected a lot, but I was overwhelmed by the week. It is a really great experience to be here. It gives you like a training, it's like a boot camp, and I can't wait to go back to Germany, which is my home country, to get started and get the action done.
Okay, and if there's something that you're going to put into practice immediately tomorrow when you get back home, what would that be?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, first thing you're going to do from the QLA system, what are you going to do to start implementing that straight away?
Would be making 3 things, which for me would be the most important for the day, and just do them. Really do them, make a tag on them, and just getting them done, which you normally don't do. That's for me the best takeover of this seminar. Yeah.
And obviously, as part of the attendance at the castle, you now have a year-long mentorship program with Dan, where you have to do your weekly reports, you have to do it every Sunday, and you have to do your monthly Skype calls, and basically take it on your chin. How do you feel that you're going to be able to cope
It's a mixture of apprehension and excitement, I would say, because I know that this is when the real thing kicks in. And I started doing some accountability with my brother before, and I think that's the secret of this seminar is the accountability, because I've never been accountable to anyone, and I know it's gonna. It's like the magic. It's the magic. I don't know, the magic formula for the seminar to really be put into action.
And what about yourself? How have you found your week with us at the castle?
I say, like, when you're watching in YouTube, it's nothing compared to the real life experience over here. The state of mind, everything that you experience, and what you realize what is possible. If you're actually accountable for every minute, every second, minute, hour, how much you can do. And everybody, all the great people that have changed the world only have 24 hours. And there's so much possible that all of us can accomplish if we know how to use our seconds, minute, and hour to the maximum.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, gents. Cheers. Sorry, gents, can I just interrupt you there? Kat and EJ are just going to take some videos for us for YouTube. Just going to ask you a couple of questions about your week. First of all, you spent 7 days now with Dan. Here we are at graduation night. You've made it to the end, so congratulations for a start. Not everybody does even that.
Thank you.
So how have you found your week? What have been the big pluses for you spending it with Dan at the castle?
I think there's All right, we got two cameras here. So which one are we going at? Okay. So what do we get this week? I want to say that this week is probably a pivotal week in terms of looking at reorienting how I'm directing what I'm doing with my life. That seems kind of cheesy and kind of corny, but the reality is that there's some new goals that actually end up being decades-old goals that have come back to the forefront with an action plan and with someone like Dan who will make sure that there's follow-through. I don't know what to... Alfred,
Well, I can just say that I've been in business for a while, for a number of years. I've been to many seminars, courses. I've listened to many speakers, and I've learned from everybody something. And quite honestly, I didn't have any expectations coming here, but having completed the whole 7 days and talking with other people and spending time privately with Mr. Peña, what I can honestly say is that for the first time in my life, I understand what the real business world is all about. And I understand that yes, you can learn and study, but in the end you got to pull the trigger, you got to take action and make it happen. But when you have the know-how, when you have the confidence that someone who's sharing with you has made literally billions happen for himself and other people, then you listen in a different way, because I feel there's a lot of people teaching a lot of stuff, but they haven't necessarily made the stuff. And I was looking for somebody who was willing to share the real deal. And honestly, this is the real deal. So I'm very excited. We were just talking about this. I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to go back and get going, because this is a life-changing experience. I hope you come here one day, and I'll be fascinated to know what happened to you because of this, and that's how I feel.
Okay, guys. Just as a little follow-up, obviously as part of the seminar, you get a year-long mentorship program with Dan, which involves weekly reporting, your monthly meetings and Skype calls with Dan. How, now being sort of relatively successful businessmen in your own right, how will it now feel for you to have someone who you have to be accountable to?
It's going to be a pain in the butt. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the reality is that most of us are living out without any accountability. I know I haven't had any accountability probably since I was in high school or even undergraduate school, and now having to be forced into performing and having the feedback and having somebody like Dan, whose experience and knowledge is able to help make those fine tunes, or probably for me more importantly, is just take a swift kick to my hindside so that we keep moving forward towards the goals that I have that are personal, that are business-wise, that impact the world around me and my friends and my family as well.
Well, personally, I did do a little bit of accountability when I started my business. The trouble was that I was accountable to myself. So it was extremely easy to slack off, and eventually I gave it up. I didn't last more than 30 days. Actually, it was 90 days. But I've never done it again. And I am excited, as well as you just said, a little bit, not scared, but I know it's going to be hard work, but I know that's the real way to get things done. To know that you have to be accountable, it means you can fool yourself for a little while, but not forever. And this is, I think, the big plus for coming here. Because here we got the information, the knowledge, the testimonials, but now we got to go out and put it into action, and having to be accountable with somebody, that means that there's no time for kidding. You've got to do it or you're out. So that's great.
Thanks very much, guys. Best of luck with it all.
Thank you.
And thank you very much.
See you back.
It's been 5-star service. Thank you. Everybody's been absolutely wonderful. The castle is real. The staff is wonderful. You wouldn't believe it unless you were here to be inspired in this absolutely gorgeous location.
Life-changing experience.